I watched a little bit of Major League Quidditch or whatever fucking league it was. It was Quidditch. It was assholes playing
Why?
because I wanted to see what it looked like, and also to see if the snitch, like the guy with the boss with the sack hanging from his ass or his
Yeah,
waist or
it's
whatever
truck
the fuck,
nuts. Yeah,
if he
it's
just
truck nuts.
his truck nuts, yeah, if he just like ran around in random patterns with people trying to chase him, like to simulate how it is in the Harry Potter movies.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get far because it was pretty stupid.
I was gonna say, what were your findings from the field?
It, it was just a bunch of assholes running around and um okay, it was two videos. One was some broad. She was kind of cute, but and that's the only reason why she got views
Why you got to
because
do this?
probably
What
shit is
every
pretty
single
cute.
time? Like
What?
every single time you got to comment on a woman's looks. Why do you got to do that every single time?
Because I believe in calling people out and telling it how it is.
You're gonna call every woman out on the way she looks.
Exactly. Yes, I work at it. Why shouldn't they?
I get you, man, dude. Like I like to just go on to like random posts about things that I don't like and just post women. So
That's
just
weird. You're
it's
a
just the
weirdo.
word, just the word women.
Okay, I thought you meant pictures.
No, dude, that's how you
You
get
just
fucking
went.
arrested.
You just went in there just posting naked pictures and discussions you don't
Now,
like.
see, and I never even said the word naked.
Well, I think of women, I think of nakedness.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, I'm an appreciator of natural beauty and
Well,
succulent holes.
well, welcome back everybody to which episode is this? 16? Are we on episode
I have
16?
I have no clue. You keep track. You number them.
That is true. I do that, and I
Uh,
think we are on episode 16 of No Bad
yes,
Days.
yes, it is episode 16 because the last episode was Hulk Hogan cancer movie.
That's right. That's right. Episode 15, Hulk Hogan cancer movie. A real barn burner of an episode.
All right, so as you know, because he's been there for a while, CM Punk in AEW. I was going through my feed and I saw him and he's doing some shit I don't care about. Not that I don't like CM Punk. I don't not like him. I don't have nothing against against him. But I was thinking he goes in MMA and
Mhm.
he gets his ass completely destroyed.
Yeah.
Like Mickey Gall, I hear he was a good fighter. That Michael Jackson guy who just I mean, it wasn't even a fight. He's a tomato can. Like he
Yeah.
ain't shit. He was CM Punk was his first win.
Yeah. He was served up. CM Punk got served up to that
Well,
guy.
I
Or,
mean,
or
he
I
could
guess
have
it was
made
supposed to be the opposite way around, but
dude. He could have fucked CM Punk in the ass if he wanted to. I mean, he was helpless,
what if
totally
he did
helpless.
want
You've seen
to?
the fight.
Yeah, no, CM Punk looked like shit.
He looked afraid to swing. Now he goes from that, getting his ass kicked, back to wrestling. Now Ronda Rousey went into wrestling after taking an ass whooping, and Brock Lesnar went back into wrestling after taking an ass whooping. Difference between them and CM Punk is they've actually had success in the UFC. Still don't look the best for wrestling, but still they are legit. I
Mhm.
mean, Amanda Nunes got some heavy ass fucking hands,
Right.
but CM Punk was just is nothing. So how do you go from that to being a championship high level wrestler without making wrestling look bad?
I mean,
How's his name not completely just
well, it's because nobody gives a shit, dude. Nobody fucking cares.
I do.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, like, I get why you're bringing it up. It's like, but I mean, like, those decisions are just like they're just pure money decisions, right? It's like CM Punk still got some cachet in wrestling, so of course, like, you bring him back, and you know, I
It's
mean,
just I'm sorry, man. Go ahead. I cut you off.
oh man, I don't really have I didn't really have too much to say about it.
Okay. If somebody was to go out, he has a feud with somebody, and let's say, I don't know, the guy didn't like him, like legit didn't like him, and
Hmm.
he brought up CM Punk's total just domination in UFC, just destruction, ass whooping,
Yeah, his
helplessness,
humiliation.
his humiliation. He brought it up in the arena. He says something like, CM Punk says, whatever, I'll beat you or what. He talking shit, and he's just like, you know what, keep talking shit. I'll go get Michael Jackson to whoop your ass again.
Yeah, I mean, he could, but I mean, like, dude,
He's done. He's
yeah,
done. What's he gonna? What's his retort? No, he didn't. Yeah, he did.
that doesn't matter because wrestling's bad now. Like, wrestling's just bad.
Sucks, man. I hate it.
Yeah, dude.
Wrestling is so great. It used to be, and it could, but It's just trash. Bill Watts had a rule. Now, obviously, this is way before you and I were born and little kids, if so. But he had a rule back when he ran his promotion. If a wrestler gets his ass kicked by a non-wrestler, he's fired.
Yeah.
He's fired. Now, obviously, that's back when they took kayfabe seriously.
Mhm.
But the idea was, you're not going to make my promotion. You're supposed to be a badass
Well, that's the thing is
professional
like,
fighter, and if a fan can kick your ass, you don't belong here because you make everyone else look bad.
yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Is like if you really care about like the sanctity and like the tradition of wrestling, then yeah, then like eventually like you just have to hate like any sort of like introduction of like outsider sport or anything like into it. And I mean, and generally I do. I think all that shit kind of sucks. You know, like
I
bringing in
think
like
that,
celebrities and sports stars and shit like that
yeah,
because
okay, that
it
that
yeah,
that
it delegitimizes it. Like wrestling should exist in a sphere all its own, right? Like I mean,
they don't even bring in like real celebrities most of the time. It's just
well, yeah, it's because
somewhat notable
wrestling
people.
as large as wrestling has ever gotten, it's still somewhat niche. And it's like only now is I think wrestling's bigger than it's ever been, like professional wrestling. And I mean, the thing with that is like you're gonna water down all of the things that like made wrestling great at one point. You know what I mean?
Well, I think the Attitude Era is overrated,
Hmm.
but it during that time wrestling did get into the mainstream in a major way. Led by Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock and all this shit, and DX. They were in, they were on the cover of TV Guide, which was big back in the day. Celebrity Deathmatch and this, that, and the other thing. Like it was pretty mainstream.
Well, yeah, but
Commercial like Sting had that the greatest commercial I've ever seen in my life. That Sprite commercial
oh, it's
where
fantastic. Yeah.
where he just completely demolished that kid,
Well,
kind of like Michael Jackson demolished CM Punk.
Well, I mean, if you think about it this way, man, like there's a certain amount of like commercialization of things that like that we grew up with that like let's say like our parents or like our grandparents didn't grow up with, right? Like things being like commercially viable and then being like used to like pitch products to people. And that's what happened with wrestling in the 90s, you know what I mean? And I mean, and I know
Well, the products were the
there were
wrestlers.
right, right. But I'm saying that like using that cachet, like using those characters and using these storylines and everything, and using all of this like all this interest in it, then all of a sudden like you're using it to sell Slim Jims and Sprite, and that's not to say that like wrestlers weren't used to like sell products before, because of course they have for a long time, but um I think it's like with everything else, like it just becomes more in the 90s, right? Like in the 90s you just see it happening more, and it's for like almost like disjointed things. Like I don't know what Sprite necessarily has to do with wrestling other than that like fucking wrestling fans drink soda. So of course you would have a commercial with Sting in it beating up a kid, which is awesome. I mean it's great and I love it.
Yeah, he
And that's the
really
thing is
beat
that
that
like,
kid's ass. Like there's
you
two
know,
versions of that commercial.
like I think like what's happening here, like with the CM Punk thing, and then just with the state of like the WWE and just the state of wrestling today, is like we're seeing ourselves just age into the people who have like seen enough change that it's like I don't really care to like even take it anymore. Like you think about like the things that like we loved about wrestling as kids, and like the things that we've come back to and that we've loved today that we didn't necessarily see when we were kids is like the stories and like the interactions between these wrestlers, like as big and as grandiose as they were, still seem somewhat human and somewhat relatable. Like I don't even know what wrestling storylines are about anymore. Like I don't know what any of this shit
Comedy,
is.
I'm comedy, I guess.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too is that like you think about it like the thing that like your parents would talk about, right, is like is you got the news twice a day. You got it in the morning and you got it in the evening. When we were kids, you got wrestling unless you were like really hardcore into wrestling, you got wrestling twice a week. You got it on Mondays and you got it on Fridays. And that was it. And that was all your wrestling for
I
the
was
week.
hardcore. It was a great day when I came home and I found out what channel ECW and the
Hmm.
Luchadors were on. So this was like '99. Like Monday is Raw and Nitro. Tuesday was either Mexican wrestling or ECW. I can't remember which one.
Yeah.
Wednesday, I think, was Thunder. I want to say Thursday Thunder, but I think at some point they might have switched it or it
Oh
might
yeah,
have
that's right.
started
I
on
forgot about.
Wednesday.
Yeah, I guess I've forgotten about that. Like I
Thursday
mean, I guess
SmackDown and Friday. No, Friday might have been ECW.
Yeah. So I mean, but that's the thing is like typically people would stick to like one or two promotions, and that's kind of just what you watched, right? Like that was
Yeah.
all the wrestling you got. Now, dude, it's just wrestling 24/7, and it's the 24-hour news cycle all over again. Like the 24-hour news cycle ruined news. The 24-hour wrestling cycle ruined wrestling. Like that, I think that's part of like
I don't think that's the thing that ruined wrestling. I think stupidity ruined wrestling. I think
well, but that's the
wrestlers stopping wrestlers being in on the joke and basically treating kayfabe and all that is like wink wink nudge nudge. You know it's not real, so what's the point of even trying?
but that happened in the 90s. You know, like at least
It was
the
more
ground.
plausible in the 90s and you damn well know it.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Is like, but the groundwork, and it's like anything else. Like you can draw those parallels back to it, right? Like it's like with the progression of anything from like good to bad is like you can see like where like the the initiation of like these bad changes like started, and it starts with like Vince Russo and saying that kayfabe is dead. Like it starts with somebody just declaring it, and
Oh, I kind of I think I get what you're saying.
yeah,
I think I get what you're saying, where it's like, okay, we'll make an exception here, but it's only because this is a good idea and you're an exceptional talent.
right,
And it works because of those two things I just said. And then time goes by and people apply that to either the same storyline, which is a retread, so it's not as effective, or it's done like wrong, dumber, worse, or it's a new idea that's just garbage with a garbage wrestler and it just doesn't work.
yeah,
And no one says boo because, whatever reason, maybe because it happens in the WWE, the only game in town. And it continues and it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. But
right.
wrestling, when they're in that ring, when they're on camera, when they're in the arena, they should be in character, and to them it's real. Like, you don't want to be watching a movie. I've said this before, watching a movie and then one of the actors just turns toward the camera and goes, watch this part, this is the cool part, this cool part right here, unless it's Deadpool.
Mhm.
But you get what I'm saying. For the most
Yeah,
part, it's
no.
like, what the fuck is going on? You're watching Sophie's Choice and she's just like, watch this shit.
Yeah, you're really gonna love this part. Um,
It doesn't make any sense. I
yeah, I
always go back
mean,
to that one episode of AEW we watched, AEW Dark, with
mhm.
the bitch with the big comb and that the he she dude.
Oh yeah, Sunny Kiss. He's a great wrestler.
Well, good for him. But he's like riding that library guy or whatever teacher dude, whatever smart person he was, and it was just a bunch of comedy spots. And then I watched a little bit of I watched a clip of that orange dude on
Mhm.
YouTube, and
Yeah.
I just see some jackass with his hands in his pockets doing stupid shit. Like really, that's his gimmick, hands in his pockets?
Yeah, he's cool. He's Orange Cassidy.
No, he's not. That's not cool. It's not cool at all. It's dumb. He wrestles with his hands in his pockets.
Mhm.
Like, that's his whole gimmick. I got my hands in my pockets. Look at me, I'm cool. That's retarded. And plus, if he can wrestle effectively with his hands in his pockets, then what the fuck does that say about his opponent?
That they're a really good wrestler, but he's even better.
Bullshit. It's just, they ain't worth a damn.
Well,
And the fact that this is the first time I see that wrestler, like, I pop into AEW, I don't watch it, so I pop into AEW because whatever, for a lark. I want to see Chris Jericho's titties jiggle, whatever the fuck.
mhm.
And I see this orange dude putting up a fight or whooping the ass of some other wrestler with his hands in his pockets. Well, that other guy's dead to me. The
Right.
fuck should I care about him for? And as for this guy, pockets,
I
he
mean,
looks like a jackass.
like it's indie stuff like getting into, like getting more of like a spotlight put on it. You know what I mean? Like that's just kind of the way things go, you know? I mean, like
That's indie
AEW
stuff.
just
That's what they're doing. That's what
yeah,
they're
of
doing in the
course
places
they
where
do all
God doesn't
kinds
pay
of
attention.
yeah, they do all kinds of weird shit in the indies. Like cuz nobody cares, right? Cuz no one's watching. I
That's the
mean, really,
problem. That's the
but
problem. No
like
one cares.
yeah, and I mean, but that's the other thing too is like I mean, who like at a certain point, like I think I well and truly like fell off of wrestling. Like I'll still go back and I'll watch individual matches and stuff like that because like I think that like wrestling is like a really interesting like physical art form. But like as far as caring about like what they're doing with like characters and stuff like that, like I just don't know that I really give a shit anymore. Cause like it's been so bad for so long
Hmm.
that like it's just like I don't know, man. I just feel like there's more important shit to worry about. Like it's
Yeah, the
interesting. It
character,
is
the
it's
wrestlers suck.
interesting. It's interesting to bring it up though. Like it is interesting to like talk about it. It's like where does that disconnect happen for you? You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah, in WWE, which was again the only game in town for a while, AEW, and then
I mean, there's like
TNA and all that. Like
and
they
there's
all
and there's Lucha
suck.
Underground. You know, there's Lucha Underground, which is cool. Like I mean, given I haven't watched it in years, but I mean, like I thought
I
that
say
was
Lucha Underground is over here. Like it's definitely wrestling. Don't get me wrong, and those are really good wrestlers, but it's doing something different.
yeah. It's like presenting like an actual like show every week, and also the show's only like an hour fucking long. It's not 3 goddamn hours every week.
You don't got to watch all 3 hours.
I'm just saying, it's like but you gotta see what I'm saying. It's like
I
the
like a
like
lot of I like
part of
if something's good, I like a lot of it.
yeah, but I don't know, man. Like I feel like it's easy to get bloated on good things. You know what I mean?
Now 3 hours is a bit of it's a pay per
Because
view.
it's like what are you? Yeah,
It
exactly.
seems
Like a
like a
pay per
pay
view is
per
fine, but
view.
it's like what are you filling 3 hours a week with? It's shitloads of
Yeah,
filler.
yeah. It's not 3 hours of quality content. That's for damn
Yeah,
sure.
no,
Now
dude. It's a fucking
it, 2 hours seems really good for a Monday night show like it's been. 3 hours seems like something you would save for a pay per view.
right,
How do you? Okay, I get what you say. How do you do 3 hours of good shit
right. Yeah,
every
exactly. It's like
fucking week?
yeah, you can't produce three
And you
hours of
struggle
quality.
with 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, I guess that's the thing though is that like so much of the show is just replay. But it's replay of
And
bad shit.
promo.
So who
Long
cares?
shit promos.
Yeah, because it's like why the fuck would I care? Like why the fuck would I a somebody who does not watch wrestling watch three like why would I come in tomorrow and just watch 3 hours of fucking wrestling? It's gonna suck. It's gonna suck big dick. Like it's gonna be terrible.
Yeah, it'd be a different story if it was good, but I see
Wrestling,
what
dude,
you're saying.
wrestling is fun. Dude, wrestling is over. Like unless like you're going to like your local promotion and getting invested in that, fuck wrestling.
Okay, give me 1 second. You got to cut this out because my toilet's humming and I got to check on this.
Oh no, this is staying in.
No, cut it fucking out.
All right.
Be
All
right
right,
back.
where the fuck are we at? Like what's the time? Well, here we are, folks. Man blew up his doo-doo pot, and now I'm stuck here alone talking about fucking wrestling. What an episode. Are you guys having fun? I guess it really doesn't matter. I can't hear you. No one comments on these videos anyways. Nope, it's just me alone. I can say anything I want because this is my podcast. Oh. I was going back and I was listening to some of the old episodes and was thinking about how funny some of our jokes were. Like, do you think God could create a woman so hot that he would bust early? I mean, that's a real scruples question for you. Something to think about, something to ponder while we wait for this motherfucker to get back from fixing his humming toilet.
Yeah, maybe all that hissing you heard was my toilet running.
Did you fix it?
Yeah. All right. Now, what were we saying? 3 hours of shit content.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like,
I don't know if it's like the WWE maybe threw it in safe mode or something and they didn't cruise control. Like after WCW went out and they were still good for a few years because the ruthless aggression era, and then
mhm.
they threw it in a cruise control. Seemingly, what's it's dubbed the PG era when they just started being shitty and goofy and playing to kids because they
Yeah,
ain't got to try no more.
yeah. I mean, like, it's yeah. I mean, that's yeah. I guess that's kind of just what they've done. Like, I
It
don't
wasn't worth
know. Like,
watching.
I don't know. Like, I don't even know like what's worth saying about WWE anymore. You know what I mean? Like, what even is this fucking company?
There's two times. There's two times since 2007. That's when I quit watching. That they got my attention and then slapped me in the face.
Hmm.
The first time was when Sting went to WWE, and
Oh
I was
yeah,
like,
they got
"Oh shit,
just to get buried by the heat vampire.
yeah."
Right.
It's like, "Whoa, man! Finally, see Sting versus the Undertaker. It's gonna be some cool shit. What's gonna happen? He's wrestling Triple H
Yeah.
at WrestleMania. and he loses? And the NWO for some reason comes out to help him? Did all this shit where Triple H hit him with the sledgehammer and hit pedigreed him a bunch of times, and the NWO helped Sting and somebody helped Triple. It was fucking stupid. It's like, bitch, nobody wants to see you win. Why does Triple H need to fucking win? Like, Triple H is a WWE legend. Sting is a wrestling legend.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference. Now,
Right.
being a WWE legend's good. Don't get me wrong, it's an accomplishment. Triple H is great, but he is eclipsed by Sting.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not even halfway close. And it makes no sense for Sting to lose to Triple H. And they must have paid him a shit ton of money to come in and do that dumb shit.
Yeah, probably so, to do the job.
And then
Come out of retirement to job to Triple H. They probably paid him pretty well.
I don't think he was retired. I think he finally left from TNA or whatever TNA
Oh,
became.
when they were making him do the Joker, they were making him do the Joker gimmick.
Oh
That
man,
was
that
pretty
was so
funny.
bad.
I liked that. I liked that gimmick. I thought because it
You're
was really
fucking
fucking.
stupid.
Well, no, I like bad shit, dude. Like,
Yeah, yeah, you
dude,
dumb.
especially in fucking wrestling, because it's like at least it's fucking interesting. Like I don't have to like watch like a fucking like refresher course to like catch up on what might or might not be interesting. At least it's just like immediately bonkers and fucking stupid. You know what I
I
mean? Like
didn't
it's
want to see Sting that way.
well, yeah, but I
I
mean
didn't
that's
want to
just a
see Sting
nostalgia.
that
That's
way.
just a nostalgia thing. It's like, but look at like Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy was fucking awesome in TNA.
Well, I never was all that attached to Matt Hardy. I don't want to see Sting just kind of like whore himself out, trying desperately to stay relevant when he'd always be relevant,
Dude,
trying to reinvent himself, trying to for a yeah, I guess a second time. First time was a row.
watching a man go bald and dress as fucking red and black fucking Joker is
Ugh,
fucking hilarious, dude. I don't give a fuck. Like,
it's not. It's really cringy.
listen, man, like, dude, I
They
don't
call him the
I'm
insane icon, and you know TNA sucked.
well, yeah, of course it fucking
Did
sucks,
Russo
dude.
writing that shit, and they had like
I
fucking
mean dude,
sucked up, sucked in Kurt Angle or whatever you want to call it,
there is
shriveled
a
up Kurt Angle.
there's just a point that wrestling gets to where you just have to like just let go and just say wrestling fucking sucks now. Like wrestling is just bad now. And it has been for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And there are just like better like there are better avenues to like get the same satisfaction from. Like you can
Just
go
watch the
watch
old shit.
yeah, just
Just
exactly.
watch
Just
what you
go
like.
watch the old shit. Like dude, watch like a watch a commentary on class warfare between fucking Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair. Go watch that. That's interesting. Like that's human. There's drama to it, and that's the thing too is that it
Two
all
good
plays.
performers that can
Yeah, it
talk.
yeah it all plays out in the ring. Like all of the promo and everything builds toward the moment where it all comes out in the ring, and it's spectacular. But that's the thing is like the biggest part of this has to be the wrestling match because that's the most important fucking thing. It's wrestling.
And I think it also helps that they didn't have Vince McMahon looming over them,
Well, yeah, I mean, like, of course, but that's the thing is that like
fucking with shit.
what Vince McMahon sought to do is he sought to like pull everything in under one umbrella. So like you're not getting these like different styles anymore. Like you're just getting WWE. They're not wrestlers anymore. They're sports entertainers. Like it's stuff that's like been gone over by a million other podcasts, a million other
Yeah,
times.
he
You
wants
know,
to manufacture wrestlers. He
yeah,
wants to
and it
manufacture stars. Like I've suspected that for a while, hence the writers. The
yeah.
writers and the all the directions and shit that the wrestlers got to do. They
Competition makes for a better product, and so the less people that are competing, the less styles there are
well,
like being presented. You know,
what
it's
I'm getting at, I get what you're saying, but what I meant by manufacture superstars, I feel like Vince McMahon, what he sought to do, seeks to do, what he wanted to do, maybe it succeeded a couple of times, is to be able to get a body, just get a body, have a writer slap a gimmick onto it that WWE owns. It's why they changes everybody's name, no matter what you were and how big you were, wherever the fuck you were. WWE want to change your name to own that shit. We're gonna change your name. We're gonna slap this gimmick on you, and these writers are gonna write you promos, and you're gonna repeat it, and you're gonna get over, and we're gonna own your ass,
yeah.
lock, stock, and barrel. And it doesn't work
Hmm.
for the most part, I guess. I mean, look at
Yeah,
Ryback and a few other people, Ryback, Braun Strowman, and all those
Roman
other
Reigns.
people. Yeah, I don't care for Roman Reigns.
Like
And
I don't really I just
judging by the toy aisle in Target, um, neither do the fans around here.
right.
There's a bunch of Roman Reigns figures and Drew McIntyres
Mhm.
and um, every female wrestler they've released. They don't sell,
Yeah. Yeah.
but that's what I think. And it might not be a revolutionary, discovery or anything, a new discovery, but I'm pretty certain that's what Vince McMahon wants. That's why everyone's shit got to change. Vader went in, and he wanted to change Vader's name to the Mastodon.
Mhm. Yeah, I
And
remember I
Jim
remember,
Cornette,
I remember us talking about that, yeah.
yeah, and Jim Cornette's like, everybody knows he's fucking Vader. What are you talking about? Even though the Mastodon is a cool name, he's fucking Vader.
Yeah, he's Big Van Vader, he's the man from the Rocky Mountains.
God, he's so fucking cool. That motherfucker's from Compton.
Yeah, dude, Vader fucking rocks, for sure. Like, dude, old wrestlers are fucking cool. Like, wrestling used to be cool. Like if you man, if you wanna sit here and talk about, like, how cool old wrestling used to be, I'm totally down, but, like,
Yeah,
dude
right.
dude, I don't know, man, like, I'm just, like I see it just constantly get brought up over and over again. It's like, man, like wrestling sure does suck now. And it's like, yeah, dude,
I get
everyone
what
can
you're
fucking
saying, but we kind of like transitioned into this because originally I was talking about CM Punk making wrestling look bad.
that's true, but like CM Punk is also like a product of modern wrestling and his whole shit. And yeah, like I mean, it is it's like
Somewhat
an
like a throwback. Like
yeah, it's
if you put a gun to my head and said, "Motherfucker, choose who's your favorite wrestler right now," I'd have to say CM Punk just because he's like the least. He's a good wrestler and he's not goofy.
I mean, you could also say like Kota Ibushi or like fucking
Well, I mean,
Minoru Suzuki or something like that. You could pick a real wrestler.
well, I don't know. Well, CM Punk's a real. He's a good wrestler.
Well,
It's
yeah,
just, I
but
don't know that many Japanese wrestlers.
they're so much better.
Well,
You can say
yeah,
fucking
probably, most
like
likely, definitely. It
I don't
seems
know
to
I don't
always
know
be
if
the case.
I don't know if Josh Barnett ever made the switch to just like pure wrestling. I know he was doing like catch as catch can stuff, but like he's really good. But he was also in MMA, and he actually has his own. I think he has his own promotion now. Like
Cool.
it's like with everything else, right? It's the same thing that people fucking like idiots say about music. And I guess even I'm saying it is like by saying just like that wrestling sucks now. Like
You're making an observation, really.
yeah, mainstream like mainstream like radio wrestling, I guess you could call it. Like the
Ringtone wrestling.
yeah, yeah, like the wrestling that like top 40 wrestling is garbage. Is fucking garbage. It's shit, dude. It's like everything else. It's like as something gets larger and more popular, at a certain point, like there is a decision that has to be made is like, do you protect the sanctity of the expression and of the thing, or do you then begin to like sell off parts of it to companies so that you can make more money? Like, does
Yeah,
profitability or making a good product
yeah, definitely.
matter more to you? And that's the thing
WWE
is
has
like
shareholders.
like really like that's why like when there were two major wrestling promotions competing against each other for that short period in the 90s before WWF fucking won, there was this beautiful fucking moment where competition was putting out truly great like American style professional wrestling, you know.
We had three major promotions.
Yeah,
Three
exactly. Like,
promotions
yeah, you,
pumping out
yeah,
good
yeah.
shit. Granted,
I mean, and it's the
ECW
thing is,
wasn't
like,
really
yeah,
in
I'm
the race
even,
for number one,
yeah, and like, I
but
guess I'm keeping out. I am kind of keeping out ECW, but like ECW is like a major player in that for sure. Like, yeah, you
mhm.
got you got three huge promotions, and like ECW, like even is like an interesting one because like it's almost like that's almost like a throwback from like the territory days, you know? Because it's something that's like completely separate from like these other two, and it's like no, we're presenting like a very particular, very like extreme style, or at least as extreme as we can possibly get on American TV, and still like they're gonna skirt that line enough, which I really appreciate. I really appreciate there being a company that was like willing to actually like push the boundary,
Well, they
not
had
like
to.
yeah, yeah, exactly, like because they had
They
to
needed
compete.
something. Yeah, because I mean, this is what we have to offer because they don't have the budget of WWF or WCW, not even close. Definitely WCW, fucking Ted Turner, all the money he's got.
Yeah,
But yeah, and ECW, to people that watched it, they really kind of started the Attitude Era. They were Attitude Era before the Attitude Era actually hit.
yeah, for sure, or
They just
even
didn't
like
do
or
it as
even like the
good.
yeah, because like
They
their their
had
sto- their their
for
their
every good
storylines were
wrestler
thin, and they
they had
had
like six dumbasses. Well,
Yeah,
six
in
shitty
jean
ones.
shorts.
Yeah, the world champion is running around in jean shorts, calling himself just incredible. Their world champion and their top heel, Shane Douglas, was a guy that couldn't hack it in WWF or WCW. Hell, he was running around with John Laurinaitis in WCW, calling himself a dynamic dude, holding a skateboard his ass didn't ride.
Oh man.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. Like WCW before '96 was pretty shitty.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't good. There wasn't a lot of good stuff there. Except, well, if you go to like I guess late
Well,
'80s,
there was
early '90s, you
Postmania.
got Vader and Vader and Flair and Cactus Jack and shit. But they hit a real skid in I guess the mid '90s
Mhm.
before they really kicked in.
Yeah, it's like, but like wrestling is full of like weird transitional periods, you know?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
And like but
Um,
like I think that's like some of the more interesting stuff to like go back and watch. Like watching Raw like pre 97, like when the show was like an hour long. It's like exciting. Like Raw like Monday Night Raw used to be really fucking exciting.
Interesting. I don't know about exciting, but it was definitely interesting hearing Macho Man on
Yeah,
commentary.
and going, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
oh, dude, it's wild, dude. Like that stuff is like fascinating because
But that was
it's like you know where things are going to go, but like going back and like viewing a period of like uncertainty, like where they're trying things out, like they're being experimental, and it's like, oh, this is how it became the behemoth, is
well,
because like they kept what worked and they made enough money to like get rid of the things that didn't.
well. Actually, Monday Night Raw originally, and for a few years up until I say like Nitro.
Hmm.
As you know, it was 1 hour, but it was just a bunch of squash matches.
Yeah, and then there was
You
the
had the
there was the
star would come
one.
out,
Yeah, there
and the
was the
star
one
would
big
beat
one
the
at the end.
person,
That's right. I
and
forgot about
they
that. Yeah.
yeah, it was just a bunch of squash matches, and then Nitro came on and started presenting competitive matches, and the WWF started presenting competitive matches, and it Nitro was 2 hours, Raw became 2 hours. It really goes back to what you just said when everyone knows competition creates excellence, a good
Yeah.
product. Nitro's so they had to match Nitro, but originally Raw, it didn't really have any competition. It was just like 1 hour show, and it's just a bunch of squash matches. I've
Hmm.
got squash matches.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, yeah.
But again, way off track. I don't know how somebody could really look at CM Punk the same way. Like in a wrestling content, you're a wrestling fan, but you're aware of MMA and all that stuff, and you saw him get his ass kicked. Now you see CM Punk in the ring, and he's talking mad shit to whoever.
Hmm.
And yeah, he may be able to kick that guy's ass, but there's two people he definitely can't whoop.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you just have to like at this point, you're just requesting that people just have a suspension of disbelief. Like that's really the only way.
I just think they don't care. Like they just flat out don't care. I think you had it
Well,
originally. They
it's like
do
it's like
not care.
yeah, well, yeah, of course they don't. Of course they don't actually give a shit.
Like,
Like
look, it's
nobody.
CM Punk.
Like the only people who care about wrestling are people who are not involved in wrestling. Like
People that
fans.
don't watch it anymore.
Yeah. Like I mean, like it's interesting to talk about, especially because like wrestling is going to be one of those things that I think just exists forever. You know, like
Yeah,
for
that's
some
finally
reason
about to hit
for
that Jim Cornette period. Because Jim Cornette, it's funny how times change. Because Jim Cornette didn't like the wrestling we love. He thought that was
yeah,
shit.
exactly,
And
and
now
it's just
now
it
here's
is
this
it is a
garbage.
progressive thing. It's like
Except
on
our
one of
stuff was good. This
the,
is garbage.
well that's the thing, right? Like that's how do you know, how do you actually like empirically know that it was good? You really can't. Like
Yes, I can.
it's
You
good
can't. I
because
can't.
it exists within like a certain within like a certain framework of your life, and like there just myriad things that like influence why a period of something is like, it's like, no, this is just better than what's happening now. Like I could explain, it's like no, that like the storylines are better and like the characters are better and everything like that, but then like somebody 2 generations, removed in the future could look back and it's like, nah, dude, all that is just like a corny reference to this or that or this or that, and it's just.
And I tell them go blow me.
But then again, like I mean, think about it. It's like us watching like matches from like the '60s. You know what I mean?
But the
Like
thing you're not realizing is I'm correct.
and dude, and I can appreciate
I'm
that. Like,
just
listen, if there if
correct.
there if there is anybody if there is anybody in the world who can just really respect just like a staunch, just like no, but I'm right defense, like trust me, it's me. It's me. Like no, there's nothing better than just being like, nah, I love dunking on nerds, and it's like why? And it's like because I love fucking ripping on people when they do lame shit, and they're like, well, you do a lot of lame shit, and I'm like, no, I don't. I'm fucking awesome. You
Yeah,
like,
like look at it.
dude, dude, my shit is good. Like I'm the fucking man.
Like my defense is like you just said, like us in the '60s is that hour-long match was like 90% headlock, and the
Dude,
big move was a drop kick, and it
dude,
wasn't even
listen,
a
man, like
good-looking drop kick.
both of those guys just got done working fucking 14-hour shifts at a goddamn steel mill, and they're just trying to get through this one. You know what I mean? It's fucking Tuesday.
I didn't realize Luthez was a ham and egger.
Oh, dude, they all were. I refuse to believe that any wrestler from the '60s and any football player from the '70s didn't also have a factory job.
That's fucking awesome. Instant blue collar, the great blue collar quarterback hanging
Yeah,
out on the
man.
sidelines with a cigarette in his mouth and a beer in his hand while
Yeah,
the defense is
exactly.
on the field,
This is his
high
weekend.
on painkillers.
Yep, just zooted out of his fucking mind and just like that's the thing is like you watch the way those guys like conduct football, and like it's a lot less coordinated than it is today. You know what I mean? Like you watch like when it's slowed down. You watch like what like a good juke looked like in the '70s, and really what it is it's just that they're playing on grass fields that were wet, so a guy just slips in the mud, and like you've got like outliers like Gale Sayers and shit like that. But like, dude, watch a Larry Zonka fucking like effort run. It's just all effort. Like that's it. Like, dude, this guy is like he's just
Ramble.
yeah
He
he's just
rambles.
yeah he's like basically falling down the whole fucking time. Here one sec. I gotta go take a phone call. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, sorry about that.
No problem.
It was a very important phone call.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. I'm
Oh,
sure it
whatever,
was.
whatever, toilet boy.
Don't you fucking call me toilet boy, you son of a bitch.
You literally have to go look at your toilet. You're a toilet boy.
California is in a drought and I'm doing my part.
You're
What are you
fucking
doing?
your doo doo pot went on the fritz and you had to leave. That's what fucking happened.
I prefer commode.
Doo doo pot.
You have a doo-doo pot. I have a commode.
Uh-uh.
And you
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 live in
also have
California.
you have a filthy butt. You got a filthy butthole and your pussy stinks.
California doo doo pot. That's what you got.
California
That's what you're rocking with.
doo-doo pot.
All right. So who's this old bitch? Who am I looking at here? Let's get let's
Well,
let, let- let's get back to the podcast. Let's
it's
fucking.
it's William Neil Doc Gallagher. That man, that man has 3 life sentences and plus 30 years.
For what, inventing the N word?
three, three. Nah, man. He ran a Ponzi scheme and he tricked a bunch of old fuckers out of their money, and he got them good. All
Man,
right,
really?
dude. He's 80 years. This motherfucker's 80 years old.
He's the doctor of scams.
Yeah, he's a real doctor of thugonomics. All right, a Texas radio host was sentenced to 3 life prison sentences Monday for a Ponzi scheme in which he bilked elderly citizens out of millions of dollars. Doc Gallagher also got a 30-year prison sentence from state district judge for his August guilty pleas.
Dude,
The
that's so lame. Like you hear a guy gets 3 fucking life sentences, you're like, oh, I also have 30 years to throw on. Like, dude, fuck you.
no,
Fuck you,
what?
bitch.
The, well, that's the fuck you. That's saying fuck you. Like you got a life sentence, your life plus 5 days, life plus 30 years. That's a fuck you. Like
Oh,
you're
it's one
going
life
to
sentence.
die
I
there.
thought you said it was 3 consecutive
No,
life
no, he got
sentences.
3. He got 3 life sentences, and apparently they're going to be served concurrently.
How does
So if
that?
he dies, he's
What the?
free. Well,
That's so stupid. Like, I don't know, man. I've always had this like weird thing about life sentences. It's like a life sentence is a life sentence, and like just dogpiling on an additional one. I mean, like I guess it's like a litigation thing. So it's like somebody can't like like come back like and just like contest one and then like find some way to win it. I guess that's what that is. I mean, I don't know. I don't
not,
know.
not
I don't
well.
know. I don't.
That's
I
a
don't know.
part of
I don't know fuck all about the law because I don't care about the law.
you did when they tased you, and they took that mug shot.
Actually, at that point, you would be surprised to know that I cared very little for the law.
But I like to be your friend.
I actually had a pretty low opinion of the law.
But 3 life sentences, like multiple life sentences, if somebody kills like 5 people, they're gonna get charged for like 5 murders, and they're gonna serve time for all those murders. So you kill 5 people, and it's especially heinous. Maybe you bit them all to death, and you fucked a couple to death. I don't know.
You ate some of their brains.
You ate some, yeah, you ate some of their brains. Go fucked a couple. It's something especially heinous. You're gonna get a life sentence for that person and that person and that. That's how you get multiple life sentences. Now,
Wait,
I've never heard
wait, so hmm. So you get additional time for getting a hole off a dead body?
that's a crime. I don't know, like additional time, but abuse of a corpse is a crime.
But what if it hmm.
Why are you trying to find a way around it?
Okay,
You
I'm
what are you doing?
I'm exploring the space. That's all I'm doing. That's literally
You're not
all I'm
gonna
doing.
find a way out. People smarter than you have set this up. You're
No,
trapped.
I'm just saying, like, is there
Can't
a way,
fucking
is there a way to like, is there a way to lay the basis for romance with a corpse?
No, and you know there isn't.
But there has to be.
No, there doesn't have to be. What the hell are you talking about? There has to be. They're dead.
I mean,
Was- No, they're dead. They're fucking gone.
what about a note? What about a note? A handwritten note, and the handwriting is verified from the corpse. Well, not from the corpse, but from the person who used to be the corpse.
From the court, what they got a notary? They got a notarized note saying you can fuck my
Yeah,
body.
exactly.
Somehow it's
And that
verified.
like
You still can't use of a
and then
corpse.
it is romantic. Like, so what? It's illegal to be in love now. Is that what you're saying? Love is illegal.
That kind of love is illegal.
I hate this world.
I mean, look how hard gay people fought to get married. I mean, and you want to fuck a dead person? Get your ass
I'm not
online,
saying
man.
that I want to. I'm not saying that I
It
want
sounds
to.
like you do, creep.
But I'm just saying it's kind of fucked up that like me and another person can't have an agreement, and that like be like as two willing individuals can't have an agreement where I get some hole off a dead body. I don't see
Well,
why that's
first of
so.
all, you're not even supposed to be hanging out with a dead body. If someone's dead, you got to call that shit in and have it taken away. If they
Well,
find out that you're hanging out with a dead body, you're going to jail for something. Probably, and from the sound of it, abuse of a corpse.
I mean, now abuse is that's a very loaded word, and not one that I like to use very much. When
I don't want to hear about your loads. Like you're gonna go to jail, and it's gonna be heinous, and it's gonna be big news. And you live in Texas, they're probably gonna kill you.
yeah, my only the only two quotes from me are "We were in love," and "I'm a patriot and I love my country."
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. You're in court, and they ask you to give your statement. You start singing the Star Spangled Banner.
We were in love. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
Man's a fucking lunatic.
Sir, you violated a dead body. We were in love. Oh, so proudly we held at the twilight.
Everything was fine till you came along.
Mhm.
Our love was too beautiful for this world, so you had to kill
It's
it.
like I'm taking you up on charges of abuse of a patriot.
Yeah, I'm a veteran.
I'm a veteran. I'm a veteran of the necrophilia wars.
I played Call. Oh wow, the Necrophilia Uprising.
Yeah,
Sounds like
exactly.
that
It's
could be a shitty band.
like no, what is it? What is it? No, I'm not a necrophiliac. I'm a deceased attracted person.
Yeah, everything's got to be qualified.
Well, yeah, dude.
Dude, that map shit.
It is
Talk about an
really
uphill
fucked up.
really fucked up, and that's an uphill battle you're just not gonna win.
That yeah, dude, that's
Life
ice skating uphill, and the other side has got a fucking flamethrower, dude. You're never
the
gonna sell
nerve.
that to
Well,
people.
it just takes a shit ton of nerve. Like the nerve of these perverts. You're gonna say, "Well, I didn't choose to be this way, just like he didn't choose to be gay." No, dude,
The
fuck off,
the
fuck
nerve of
off.
these perverts.
you know. And in some places, he'll get his ass kicked for being gay. Not saying it's right. I'm just saying it happens.
Yeah,
So imagine what's
exactly.
gonna happen to you.
And like, and dude, and no one's gonna feel bad about it.
No one. No, I was watching an episode of it was this documentary about this murderer. He climbed through this window and he killed this little girl after like touching up on her.
Hmm.
He did it like back in like the 80s, 70s or something before they had like DNA and could catch you for all types of shit, but they still took his blood. Like he had blood on like the wall or whatever the fuck. And they took it from the crime scene. And years later, the case was reopened. They tested DNA and they started reinvestigating. They got his ass in the interrogation room and started talking to him. They knew it was him, so they matched his DNA.
Oh,
And
those are the best. Those are the
yeah,
fucking best. Like when they've got the motherfucker dead to rights, and then they're just like gonna let him just like spin his own yarn, like just like spin his own rope that he's gonna hang himself with. Like that's so fucking
that's
funny.
exactly why they do it. They you're
Yeah,
hanging yourself. That is
yeah.
exactly why they let you do it. So when you get to court, you have nothing. You have nothing. And that's what happened to him. I forgot exactly what he said, word for word, but he denied it. And they said, "We have your DNA." And said, "No, you don't." And you guys are setting me up. Went to court, got sentenced to life. And the reason I bring it up is because I'd say like about 2 months into his sentence, he got strangled to death by his cellmate.
Damn,
Yeah, pretty awesome.
damn.
He found out.
Like that's the thing is like I wish like more stories like that could like could get out, so that like people could like really I think the guy who like strangles his pedophile like cellmate, like his J pay or something should be like put out to the general public so people can like donate to him, you know what I mean?
Although you don't know what he's in. He was in there for murder, but you don't know the circumstances of the murder he was in for. So
I
it's
think it's
like
I think it's a
I
lot
hate
easier to
baby. Like
justify.
I don't like baby touchers, but I'll strangle the fuck out of my girlfriend in front of the kids.
Okay. Yeah.
You
You
really
know
want to give
what?
him money? You really want to give him money?
I mean,
I'll give him a pat on the back, but that's
I,
as,
I
that's
mean,
as much as it's gonna get from me.
what did she say?
Your brother's dick tastes better and it's bigger.
Okay, yeah, guess what? Guess what?
It's we're going to Strangletown.
Yeah, we're going to Strangletown.
He's just like, your brother's dick is bigger. Oh, you're gonna strangle me to death, aren't you? I'm gonna strangle you to death. Yes. But yeah, he got strangled to death. That was a. Who says there's no more happy endings? But this guy right here, this Neil Doc Gallagher, I've never heard of someone getting like life sentences, like 3 life sentences
I've heard about it
for
before, and like
a
every single time,
scheme.
I'm like, this is. It just seems it's so like
It is shitty. It is shady.
it's like little dicked. You know what I mean? Like it seems little dicked to give somebody like multiple life sentences.
Well, no, not really. Like I said, you kill 3 people. Well, you're gonna say, "Yeah, we're just gonna
But
package deal."
what I'm saying is like
You
if
get
like if
time
some
for each person you killed, and if it
yeah, but
amounts to life for each sentence, then you get multiple life sentences.
like you see what I'm saying, right? Is like
No,
a person only has one life, so it's like getting the multiple sentences. It's like how about like instead of like it's like once a crime is deemed like heinous enough that like you're going to die in prison. It's like, oh no, guess what? Like your sentence is you're going to die in prison. Not like, oh, we're giving you 3 life sentences. Like it just seems like a waste of fucking time. It's like there's something like theatrical
how's
about
it
it,
a
and it's
waste?
like
How's it a waste of time? Like you're just saying, I'll give you one life sentence, or you get 3 life sentences. Like
Well, I
like I
guess
said,
the
you're
idea of
paying
like
for each murder that you've done, and it's not always a life sentence, but it's like you murder this person. It's not even always murder. It's like maybe even assault, but you're gonna do
yeah.
time. Like you assault 5 people, you fuck up like 6 folks. You're gonna pay for each person that you attacked.
Hmm. Well,
So if you kill somebody, it's the same thing. And if you get life for this person and this person and this person, then you got 3 life sentences.
right, and I see that and I understand that, but like what I'm wondering is like is if you're given 3 life sentences, but it's like you're only going to live like one life. So like by
What's it
dying,
matter?
does that? But I just that's what I'm saying is like it's just a weird thing. Like it's almost like a weird like language thing. Like why would you give somebody 3 life sentences and say them just like instead of just like for the crimes you've committed against these people, you will die in prison. Like
Well,
the
that's
the
exactly what's happening. It's
the
just you because of the process, like you said, you attack X amount of people, let's say 3 people. Okay.
yeah,
You're going to have to be held accountable for each person. They're not going to say, okay, you attacked all 3 at the same time,
I see
so
what
we're
you're
just
saying
going to
because like
bundle this up.
there may be differences like in each crime. So like
That as well. That
yeah,
that right
it's
there.
like
That as well.
you're given 70 years for this crime. Like I don't know, like the law is so weird. Like
Well,
because like
dude, how's it weird? Like I it's I it dude, come
I'm just
on,
like
get it. I don't
I'm just
understand. What do you
I'm it's just it's like it's a weird hang up for me. It's like this guy is going to die in prison and it's like so what is the reason you give somebody 3 consecutive life sentences is it that you are worried that they are going to come back to life in prison and then like they're going to be free to go? Like is that why you give them additional sentences?
No.
Like
Like it
I just want
I
to know I want to know
explained it.
like I just
That's
want to
not
know.
why. It's because you're being held accountable for what you've done
No,
to
no,
each
I no,
person.
in like I understand like where you're coming from and like what you're saying. But the thing is that like is it's a cumulative thing and it's like you put everything together and it's like you're it just seems weird to me. Like why would you tell somebody you've got 3 life sentences? Like why would you tell somebody their sentence? It like you give somebody their sentence like because the idea there is that they're going to serve it at some point. And so it's what like oh this guy gets to kill 7 people, gets 4 life sentences, and he just gets to serve all of them all at once. And it's like even saying it's like well he's gonna serve them all concurrently. It's like well of course he's gonna fucking serve them concurrently. Like he's going to die in prison. Like what the fuck do you like? It just seems like meaningless fucking like just meaningless talk to say like oh
They don't but go ahead.
it's just like oh well he's going to like what does that even fucking mean like whenever somebody says like oh he's got consecutive life sentences like basically all you're like what you're saying is like there's just a much more concise way to put it and it's just this guy will die in prison but
Okay, well,
people don't want to say that they don't want to just say it's like oh this guy is going to die in prison like even though that's exactly what's going to happen.
when the sentences are being read, the judge doesn't say, for the murder of such and such, I'm going to give you 3 life sentences. It's just one at a time. For the murder of such and such,
Hmm.
hereby sentenced to life. For the murder of
Okay
such and
that
such,
that
you're
makes
sentenced to life.
yeah.
To the murder of such and such, you're going to get 30 years. For the murder of such and such, it's like with like the Ahmad Arbery. Like all 3 of them got life, but the judge didn't say all you guys just package deal or nothing. That's how um the the weepy stupid looking one. Well, they all look kind of stupid, but um you'll know if you saw him. He got life with the possibility of parole after 30 years when everyone else got life. So they
Hmm.
read.
Hey, one sec. I got another phone call coming in from work. One sec.
All right.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that.
No problem.
A lot of distractions today, man. This is why we record this podcast in the evening.
Yeah, my toilet's a real bitch, but yeah, it's just a
You know,
procedural
no, your
thing.
doo doo pot.
No, I don't have a doo doo pot.
You got a doo doo pot. You shit in a
I
pot. You shit in a
your
pot for
your
doo
brain's a
doo.
doo doo pot.
I got a lot of bad ideas, so yeah, I guess you're
I
right.
got a lot of bad ideas.
Yeah, like I literally I'm sitting here like, and I can't wrap my head around why you would tell somebody they have 3 consecutive life sentences. Like Like, dude,
I don't.
dude,
I don't understand why you don't understand.
yeah, exactly, dude. Like, well, no. You perfectly understand why. It's because I'm fucking retarded. Like, I'm really stupid.
Jesus.
My mental capacity is used by all the wrong fucking things.
You're an animal driven by instinct.
Yeah, I did hear a really good joke the other day though. Um,
What's up?
so we've all lost our virginity, right? And it was awkward for everyone. But did anyone else's uncle just seem really angry during the entire thing?
Say that one more time.
Uh, So, we've all lost our virginity, of course, and it's always an awkward time for everyone, but did anyone else's uncle just seem really angry during the whole thing?
Well, that's the end of this.
That was a good run we had, buddy.
That's the end of this. You're talking about plugging your uncle.
Oh, you man, that's what I really appreciate about you is it's in a joke like that. You're like, "Oh no, it was definitely me doing the fucking."
Well, it'd be even more disturbing if, like, wait, your uncle was hate fucking you. That's fucked up. He's angry and he's hard and he's just having a go at you. Just having a time of his life. He's really just putting the wood to you. He's gonna learn you good, boy. Oh man, this just in. Breaking news. Louis Anderson is dead.
Nah, I knew about that like 3 hours ago, bro.
What the fuck didn't you say something?
I, I there was no time to bring it up. We were talking about fucking wrestling.
That is true. Wrestling does take precedence over
Yeah, we
Louis
talked about
Anderson.
wrestling for 4.5 hours.
Hell, until I saw baskets, I forgot he was a
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, I
I
know,
forgot
I
he
know.
existed. But he's dead now.
Like for me, it's like life with Louis when I was a kid, and then that one joke from Family Guy where Peter says, "Are you big fat Polly?" He says, "I'm Louis Anderson,"
Louis Anderson.
and then it's baskets. Like, well, no,
Family
no,
Guy
that's
used to.
actually not true. That's actually not true. I watched a Louis Anderson stand up special 10 or 12 years ago. That was actually really good. Like Louis Anderson's really funny guy.
That's so weird. When like there's just some comedic actors that I never thought of being. I never thought them being stand-up comedians. I
You
never
know, I
thought
think
were
you would. I think you'd be really surprised at.
like Bob Saget.
Yeah, I mean, like I think you'd be really surprised at like the number of like comedic actors that do have a stand up background. Like that's kind of like where a lot of them just get started.
No,
Like,
it makes sense. It
yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense, except in the case of Paul Reiser.
Who the fuck is Paul Reiser?
Yeah, see, he
Paul
was in that.
Reiser. Paul
He was on
Reiser sounds like the name of a fucking Street Fighter character.
it.
Like not like
He
not like
definitely
not like
wasn't that.
somebody. Yeah, not like somebody like on like the roster that you can actually fight as. But Paul Reiser sounds like he was fucking around with Guile or something like that.
What do you mean? Like having like some army sex with Guile?
No, he's not having Air Force, by the way, sex with Guile. But I'm just saying like Paul Reiser just sounds
Okay,
like he was like Colonel Paul
I
Reiser. You
know
know
how
what
those flyboys are.
I mean? That's so funny.
But Paul Reiser, he was on that show Mad About You. It was on around the same time as Seinfeld, just not as funny.
Dude, I have no idea what you're
Look,
talking
man,
about. That
we
that,
didn't
that
have
name means
cable as a
nothing.
kid. Okay, we didn't have cable when I was a kid, and I watched shit. It led to me liking Frasier. I was a very smart kid.
That's maybe one of the funniest things you've ever said.
I gained my incredible intellect and great
Oh,
comedic
it's
timing.
this fucking guy.
Yeah, the guy with the hair in the face.
Yeah, this fucking dude. I
Yeah,
I've seen this guy in like a million things.
no, you haven't, you liar. The
I
fucking. Oh
have.
wait, the only other thing I've seen Paul Reiser in besides Mad About You was one of those alien movies. Might have been Alien 2.
Like I've seen this dude in like a ton of shit. Like I feel like I just watched him in something. But
Damn,
he's
he
just
looks
got
so different. Old bitch.
dude, he is old as fuck. Dude, he was born in 1956.
See, that's my nightmare. That's my nightmare being old, ugly, and fucking weak. Look at him.
dude.
Fuck.
I know it is, man.
It's
What is
like
he?
kill me.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, he was in that show Red Oaks that I watched.
The fuck is Red Oaks?
It was like some show about a kid working at a fucking like tennis court or something like that.
You like the dumbest shit, and you have to. You're really critical of other people. You know, you're calling this gay and that gay, but you like some dumb fucking shit
I don't fucking
and
care, dude.
sissy
I
things.
like what I like, dude. I don't, dude. That's the thing too. Is like, if somebody wants to like give me shit for what I like, either they can shut the fuck
Oh,
up,
here we go.
or they can
You're queer. Get used to it. Okay, I've
no
heard
no
this
or
before.
they can catch a fucking beat down in the parking lot. Like it's
Oh,
up to them.
really? Oh, really?
Listen. One of two things are gonna happen. Either they're gonna kick my ass or I'm gonna kick their ass, and I'm willing to roll the dice. God damn it.
Shit, either way, shit's going down.
Hmm.
There's
Either way, blood will spill.
gonna be consequences,
Yeah, it's like I like yeah, it's like
and
I
I'm gonna
hate Paul. I like Paul Reiser movies. You're gay. Parking lot right
and I'm
now.
getting drunk. And I'm getting drunk.
I'm already drunk.
Like get
Listen.
superpowers.
If I'm willing to like go to blows over fucking Paul Reiser, who like up until about
He
a
means
minute and a half
nothing
ago,
to
I
you.
didn't even know what he fucking looked like. Listen, somebody needs to fucking like get me by the fucking collar of my shirt and drag me home. But if they try to do that, then I'm gonna try to fight them in the parking lot. And it's like, I guess we're doing 2 days now. Hey, I guess it's time to fight fucking two
Well, I know your
pieces of
weakness.
shit. No, you
I know
don't.
your weakness.
No,
Both
you
of them.
don't.
Yeah, I do. Taser
That's
or
that is
real,
a human thing.
a real
That
good
is
kick in the nuts.
okay. Yeah, you really figured me out by you.
Yep.
Yeah, you could incapacitate me by tasing me or fucking kicking me in the nuts, and that is a thing that only exists for me and not for
Well, I
literally
didn't say it was
every.
exclusive. I just said it's your weakness.
Those are some weaknesses of mine, and I really don't like that you just revealed those to the.
Don't work on me though. I'm badass. I don't play that shit.
Yeah,
Someone tased
because
me.
you
I
don't
say,
have
bitch,
because you don't
stop it.
have balls because
No, I got
you're a
big balls. They're just invincible.
you're a ballless man.
I got big fucking brass balls.
You're testicle deficient.
Nah, man, I'm testicle efficient.
What does that even fucking mean?
Balls are really efficient.
You
I
have
shoot
efficient
big loads.
you have
I
efficient
shoot
balls.
big loads. Last girl I was
Mm.
with, just drowned
Oh,
her.
I see what you mean. Like you fucking you come early. You
Nah,
pre-jack.
come on time.
That's what you're saying. You got efficient
Nah,
balls.
come
That
on
means you
time.
no, that means you pre-jack. That's
Shut up,
exactly what you
sissy.
mean. Dude, yeah,
Pre-jack. What,
I have
pre-jack?
yeah, I have efficient balls. That means that you're a premature ejaculator. That's what you mean.
Wouldn't that be inefficient balls? Like you have a. It's not
No,
very.
dude. No, dude.
Yeah, tell me
Your
about
balls.
balls. Okay,
That just
you're the
means
ball expert apparently. You know
no.
all about
You're the one who
balls.
told me that you have efficient
you
balls. Like,
have
what does that even fucking
you
mean?
brought up
Efficient
balls
balls.
first.
That means that you fucking pre-jack, dog.
Nah, that don't even make sense.
That means that you shoot early,
Nah, shut up, sissy. You don't know what you're talking about.
your trains never arrive on time. They're always 10 minutes early, just backing up on each other, just backing up on each other, just backing up on each other.
That doesn't make sense for efficient balls. That's not efficient.
Why would that not be efficient?
Because it's not efficient.
That's not an argument. That's
Yes, it
not a
is.
that's
You're
no,
drunk. Now you got to know what an argument is. You're fucking drunk. You're wasted.
I'm not wasted.
You're wasted. You're drunk and you're trying to tell me what an argument is. Shut up, girl.
I know what an argument is.
Shut up. You're a little kid.
I know what an argument is, and I definitely know who Paul Reiser is.
Good for you. I'm happy that you know Paul Reiser. Anyone ever says Shatman doesn't know who Paul Reiser is, I'll set
Dude,
their ass straight.
that's exactly right. They can get fucked with a sick dick.
Ugh. Like hepatitis or the big one?
Oh no,
AIDS.
AIDS.
Damn.
Big AIDS.
Damn. A poison poison penis?
Yeah, they can go get big AIDS.
Big AIDS.
Yeah, big AIDS.
I have AIDS.
Man, that's so fucking funny, man.
Fucking Philadelphia is fucking
Man,
funny.
Philadelphia is such a fucking funny movie. Like, man, I can imagine that like watching that movie like in the early '90s was probably like kind of harrowing and kind of sad, you know, because they're like oh my god, the AIDS epidemic. But like, dude,
Yeah.
watching it like in like 2020, 2021, like after like Magic Johnson threw so much money at AIDS that like he just didn't have it anymore. Dude, it's the funniest fucking movie I've ever seen. Like like him bringing like dude, and that's the thing is it's so funny like going back and listening to this show because we just bring up the same shit over and over again, but it's so funny every single time. Like
Keep bringing
fucking
up
like Tom Hanks bringing his gay like
Latin lover
yeah his saltwater Mexican lover like
that his family would not accept. Get the fuck out of here.
yeah, exactly. That's what we said before. Is like this is a family in fucking like upper crust like Philadelphia in the 1980s. There is a 0.0%
Hmm.
chance that they're just. It's like oh, welcome back, Tim. What are you fucking the help now? Like dude, that's
Yeah,
that's how they would fucking react.
it's already a stretch them accepting him being gay.
I don't want to talk about stretches in gay movies. That'd be gross.
We're not talking about porno,
Every gay movie is porn.
I suppose, if you watch
I
it a
don't
certain way and
I
have a
don't
certain
listen, listen,
mindset,
listen,
creep.
listen. And I might be just a little bit drunk, but I'm not having a bad day. And I just want to say, it's like I can't believe God
Water.
allowed gay people to have feelings. That's kind of
Oh,
fucked
dude,
up, right?
shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up right now.
Oh, what? You don't want me to go on a classic No Bad Days tirade?
Look, yeah, fucking 16 episodes, classic. Shut the
Yeah,
fuck
that
up.
was it. That was it. That's all we got. We got 16 episodes.
We'll never, dude, we'll never be pitching fucking, you know, Raid Shadow Legends or the other garbage, Seat Geek or that ball sack shaver.
Dude, that would
We'll
be
never get
that would
those
be
sponsorships
that
and
would
you
be
doing this
funny.
shit.
That would be funny if we just started like pitching these brands, and we're the first podcast to get a cease and desist for trying to advertise these brands. They're like, we want nothing to do with your podcast. Like you said gay people don't have souls. Like it's like yeah, man, but like
and
wasn't
we
it
have a
fucking
feeling,
funny? Like
and we have
wasn't
a
it funny
feeling,
when I said it?
no bad days is a double meaning.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we went back and listened to some of your old episodes, and it would appear that no bad days is also a euphemism for, for a certain class of people.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm like, I have no idea what you're saying. It's like you said the word Israel 17 times in that episode.
Zion.
Yeah, we mentioned Zion. Yeah, we mentioned like, dude, we hit all the fucking buzzwords. We hit Zion, Israel, and entertainment industry.
Oh man, um, fucking Freemasons. But speaking of chosen people, apparently John Stewart. Well, recently John Stewart he said J.K. Rowling based the goblins in the Green Gods Bank on Jews. Like, he said he thinks that it looks like that or whatever the fuck.
It's like, yeah, no shit. Like,
I mean, I didn't say nothing when I first saw it, but I kind of thought, but I didn't
yeah.
say nothing. But John Stewart's like, "How has no one seen? How no one, saw this?" And blah blah blah.
And
And
the thing is,
then,
it's like everyone did, and no
well,
one gave a shit.
like some Jewish organization, foundation, or whatever in Britain is like, nah, she didn't. What they said was she based the goblins and green gods on goblins in popular culture. That's just what they look like. Racists associated Jews and stereotypes and imagery of Jews on this goblin that already existed,
Oh
and
yeah,
so
I
that's
guess I
how the
guess so.
association
Yeah.
came. So they're just kind of like, fuck off. And then after that, he comes out saying, "I was just joking. I was just I was chilling with friends. And I was just joking. I didn't mean it. Come on." And stuff like that,
Dude,
when celebrities do stuff like that, is so bitch made to me because like you said something, stick by it,
yeah, like
stand up
you
for
you
it.
wanted you wanted to say like something controversial, so that it would net you some cool points, and then when
Hmm.
it didn't, you're just like, no, I was just making a joke, and it's like, nah, bitch,
That's
nah.
exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Like, oh man, it was jokes. I was just kidding. Like, you thought, oh, I'll shit on, I'll shit on J.K. Rowling. That'll give me some quick points.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah. No one's talked about John Stewart in a while. I'll show on J.K. Rowling real quick. I'll just know what I know about how racist I am against Jews, and I'll use that to
Apparently, he's
shit on.
Jewish.
Yeah, but dude, the self-hating Jew is one of the biggest tropes in like in
Oh
entertainment.
well, I mean, I'm over here, and I got so much stuff to worry about in my own neighborhood that I don't even go over there and worry about all that other shit.
That's a fair point. See, that's the thing though. The thing about being white is it's never
Everyone
it's
hates you.
well, yeah, exactly. But the
You
thing
got a
is
lot of
it's
shit coming.
it's it's never it's never addressing like the things that are going on in your own backyard and just pushing forward into other people's yards and telling them how to do like their business. Like
Constantly.
that's what being white is. Like that is the white man's burden, is to be completely oblivious to all of your own problems and only be able to recognize other people's problems. That's it. That's what I'm burdened with.
You're
And that's
constantly
what
going over to other people's guy and fucking with them.
that's why I hate Italians and I'm anti-Semitic, and I also have like really strong opinions about Romanians and Albanians.
Shut the fuck up. Listen, I want some of
Please,
that ball
please,
sack shaver
please, please shut up. Please shut up.
money.
Please,
Like,
please.
at the very least, raid Shadow Legends. Come on, man. They'll sponsor anything. That game sucks.
Raid Shadow Legends. Don't sell it to Albanians. Don't sell it to
You
Albanians or I'll
download it,
kill
no secret.
myself.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Oh, dude,
Greatest,
there's nothing better in podcasting than just holding yourself ransom.
like, download the app or I'm gonna fucking do it. I swear to God, I'll do it this time. Bud Dwyer's my hero.
That's exactly right. Like,
Wait,
buy
was it
Harry's.
you?
Harry's has great products, and if you don't buy Harry's razors, I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
Was it you that came up with the idea of like a T-shirt with Bud Dwyer on it? So this Bud's for you? Or was that me?
That might have been you. That's really good though.
This Bud's for you, dude. Bud Dwyer's awesome. He totally
Yeah,
killed
dude.
himself.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he. Bud Dwyer's awesome. He totally killed himself. No, I trust me. I know. I've seen the video.
he, he was so
Now, now,
polite.
now. Wait, everyone, please calm down. Calm down.
Dude, he had the piece. He had that big ass dirty hairy gun in that brown plastic brown paper bag. He just
Yeah,
took
it's
that
like it's like
shit
it's
out.
like it's either a brown paper bag or like a Manila envelope. And he
either
pulled out like
either one's funny.
he pulled out like documents. Um, I have some evidence I would like to show to everyone, and it's just like here's a gun.
A big one. He just put it in his mouth. Now everyone calm down, calm. Just calm your
I literally say he's like I'm not gonna do what everyone thinks I'm gonna do, and then he just did it.
I'm gonna blow my brains out, man.
Yeah, and then he just did.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. He totally did himself in front of a bunch of people.
Yeah, and then Sean Penn showed up. He's like, awesome, totally awesome.
You know, I wish one of us needs to learn how to like edit videos so we can make these things happen. Of course, the first thing, the
I
first,
already know how to do that. Like
yeah,
I
the
can do
first
that.
order, but yeah, but you're drunk.
I'm the best you got.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
I'm
You're the
literally
only thing I got. Or
I'm
I can,
literally the best you got. Like all you can do is like tell these ideas to me, and if you're really feeling froggy, write them down and send them to me, so I can guilt myself into doing them later. But like I'm
right,
it. I'm
right
it. I'm
now,
what you. I'm what you got. Like I'm it.
like Bobby Hill said about Hank, I feel about you. That's my boy. He ain't much, but he's all I got.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Like
fucked up.
Like
That's fucked up.
there was the one that we talked about something. We talked about something not that long ago. I can't remember what it was. It was just a really fucking good idea. Oh no. It was the scene from American Psycho where he's talking to Sabrina and he's like, Sabrina, don't just stare at it, eat it. And it's just like, Sabrina, don't just stare at it. You ain't gotta eat it if you don't want it.
Thiedrick,
Yeah, just like piping in Theedric's fucking audio.
you ain't gotta eat it if you don't want it. I like pizza. Do you like pizza? Thiedric's a poet, the greatest poet
Man,
of our time, the
dude,
greatest
really, dude,
philosopher of
he's
our
like, yeah,
time,
he's like Diogenes.
except really, 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 really fat. like
Dude,
really fat,
he's
y'all.
so fat. He's so fat. He's got to like wrap his legs in medical bandages for no other reason than just being fat as shit.
Yeah, your skin's cracking. Like the fat's literally escaping from you. It's trying to escape out your body runs out of room. And what's already
Yeah,
fucked
yeah,
up is
like
your
your
skin.
skin can no longer expand to accommodate your excess. Like that's incredible.
And your body already made like extra pockets to hold itself.
Like the human body is maybe the greatest balloon God ever created. Like it just
Sounds like something a serial killer would say.
it takes so many shapes and it is always so fun to pop them.
That sounds like something a serial killer would say.
Yeah, you would fucking know because I'm pretty sure you're a serial killer with no body count. Like I've got a suspicion.
A serial. If I moving on. So anyway,
Not asking questions.
the world is a filthy place, and somebody needs to clean it.
Okay, yeah,
So
sure.
I
Sure
think her.
thing, sure, yeah, yeah, sure thing. Sure thing, perfectly normal guy.
Yeah, I'm average man.
I am average man. I am perfectly normal man. I say normal things. Normal human things.
I am human.
I
Don't
am
worry.
human.
Get into my car. Here's a picture of children. My children. I will not hurt you. Get into my car. Get into my car, please. And everything will be okay. What I was gonna say is, I think her name is like Wendy or Catherine, something Chubbuck. She was a newscaster and she did herself on air too. And in some circles, the video of her doing it is like the holy grail. I don't think it's ever surfaced.
Oh, that's I've heard about this. Like I have heard about this video.
Yeah, they made a movie about her too, but yeah, the video exists because she took out a gun and said some shit about violence you know, and all that shit selling, and that's all people want to see on TV. So here's this.
It's just
She did
network.
herself.
It's network.
Yeah, there we go. She just totally just did herself, and the guy kept on rolling.
Dude, that rules.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She totally just like, "Gah!" I think. I mean, I don't know because I haven't seen the Holy Grail,
Well, you're not supposed to. You know what I mean? It's supposed to like exist as like some sort of like
but a nut
ephemeral like
that's not
thing.
meant to be busted.
Dude, a nut that can't be busted. Do you think God could create a nut so good it couldn't be busted?
Like a calloused dick.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's a leprotic cock, and it can't be jerked off enough to come. It's a horny dick, but it's
Science
also
already
covered in
made that.
sores.
Like, numerous antidepressants will fuck you up like that.
That's true. That's very true.
You just keep jacking and jacking and jacking. I'm a star. I'm a Grammy.
That just sounds like me on coke. Like that's all
You
that sounds
stop.
like. Yeah, I'm a never bust.
Those people are psychotic. The Middle East is full of never bust.
Well,
They would
yeah,
just
dude.
bust a
That's
nut.
why.
Things.
Like, like it's weird. It's weird how it's just like, dude. If these people would just, if these people could just come, like, they would be so much more fucking chill. They really would be.
Yeah, they got all that pent up frustration and shit. But
Well, yeah,
that
because they're
book,
covered in fucking sand all the time.
that book says don't do it. The same thing with like Christianity, which
Dude, I don't trust a single fucking piece of anything that tells me not to fucking come, because coming feels great.
yeah, it really does.
Dude,
Porn is awesome.
I always feel better, and I'm always a lot more likely to fucking be nice to people if I come. Jesus wants you to bust. The actual Jesus, the actual God wants you to fucking come a lot.
But all
Because
that
coming
is,
is,
well, the churches, any church, I suppose. Well, I guess the major religions like Islam, Christianity, and all its fucking spin-offs. Uh, their anti jack off stance is just a form of control.
yeah, it is. Like, dude,
It's like
you
all
literally like,
pleasure is supposed to come from the Lord, and you can't give that. That's something you can do
yeah, and
yourself.
that's the thing
You
is like, what you think I ain't jacked off to God before? Me and God are like this, son.
Ugh.
Sometimes I like to imagine God with just big heaving breasts, and he's giving me just the sloppiest tit job you've ever fucking
So
seen.
God's still a man Well, you're having sex.
Gender is a
No,
spectrum,
you
and
said
gender
he
is
used
a
male pronouns, dude.
gender
So
gender is a gender
you're
is
having
a
sex with a transgender guy.
honestly what it sounds like is it sounds like you're being not very intersectional right now. Like
I'm
it
not
sounds
being
like it
very
sounds like
heterosexual. You're talking about having sex with a dude
I'm
with
just saying
titties.
it sounds like you're not being very intersectional. Like yeah, maybe I'm using like coded gendered language. But the thing is like even when I say he, I could be talking about the hottest woman you've ever seen in your life. This is
Don't you
God
use
we're
that?
talking about.
Don't you use that punk ass language and that punk ass
This is
logic with
God
me,
we're
boy?
talking about. All I know is that like God titty fucked me, or I titty fucked
He titty
God.
fucked you? What
God
the
God,
fuck is going on over there? What are you doing?
dude. Listen. My faith is very like near and dear to my heart,
What type
and
of spin-off religion? What the fuck type of shit are you doing?
dude, it's one where like cum is like holy water. You know what I mean?
Ugh.
Dude. Guess what?
People sprinkle that shit on themselves.
We fucking over here.
Like you see, like whatever fucking guy, he's wearing all those robes and he's got like that thing and he's like shaking it at people. I'm pretty certain there's like holy water he's sprinkling on folks. And you want that filled with jizz?
I'm not saying that I want it, but I'm saying that it is
You
because
need it.
that's the
You
truth.
don't want it, but you need it
Yeah.
because
You
you're
gotta
cum drunk.
you ain't gotta need it if you don't want it, but I want it. Anyways, thank y'all so much for listening to episode 16 of
Fucking creep.
No Bad Days.
Goddamn creep.
Y'all please remember to like and subscribe. We're not racist or anti-Semitic. Well, we are. Yeah, well,
I didn't say that shit. You said that shit.
yeah, whatever.
Nigga,
We want all the support we can get. We're doing a good job here, and yeah, man.
what the fuck you talking all nice to them for?
I mean, somebody fucking has to.
No, it don't work. It don't work. We get positive results when we abuse them. I know this audience. They like it.
They like negative reinforcement. You're right. So yeah,
Yeah,
guess
well, they're
what,
a
you
bunch of
fucking
dirty
cunts.
girls.
Guess what, you fucking cunts. Guess what, you fucking hole. I spit on you. I spit on you, and you love it. Time to fucking
What's with you
subscribe.
with spitting? Hold on. What's with you with spitting? The second time
Spitting,
I'm spitting today.
spitting's fucking hot, dude. Spitting's hot.
Spitting is not hot.
Did
It is
you
not hot.
did you ever spit in a girl's mouth before? It's awesome.
No. No. That seemed what you into some sort of weird humiliation shit?
Well, yeah, of course. Anyways,
Well,
episode
she has to.
16.
I mean, she's having sex with
Episode
you, so she has to be humiliated. I mean, at some point, you gotta let the girl off the mat. I mean, for fuck's sake, what more do you want?
No, dude, keep the pressure up the entire time.
You're all
Dude,
sweating on top of her. She's just there.
I'm the Bill Belichick of fucking. Like once you put the pressure on, you keep the pressure on, and you never relent.
You dress like shit and got a bad disposition.
Actually, yeah, that actually is
You
pretty.
wear a ragged hoodie after a successful round.
It's a flannel. It's a flannel, but yeah.
Oh man. Well, you headed out.
Yeah, man. I think I think I've had enough. I think this is about time for this one.
All right, cut this off. You fuckers like and goddamn subscribe. You know we got 19 subscribers. Last I checked.
Dude, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's building.
I'm just saying, by the end of the year, I want to be pitching dick pills or cock shavers.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
shitty mobile
that's what
game.
2022 is for us. Is like we're going to be the most anti-Semitic podcast
No,
with
no,
a
no,
major
no.
with
I
a
don't know.
major
I don't know what you're talking about.
sponsor. That's what we're doing.
I don't know
That's
what the
what
hell
our
this guy's
fucking goal
talking
is.
about.
We
I
hate Israel and we love Blue Apron.
I've
That's
jacked
what
off
we're
to Sarah
doing.
Silverman so many times.
I don't care how many times you jacked off to some Jewess. We hate Israel.
Using crack and cocaine to get high. That's what you say you love.